So I was approached and asked to write about the Hololomor for an audience who really didn't know anything about the Ukrainian Genocide Hololomor. And I was thinking of an access point, a timely access point to show this event rather than just spitting out dates and facts and figures. And the idea of fake news came to mind because it's such a pertinent topic. It's a topic that's being discussed all the time today. And it immediately brought back a name in particular, and that name is Walter Duranty. Walter Duranty was a prominent journalist in the 30s. He wrote for the New York Times, and he was also the correspondent for the Soviet Union at that time. And he wrote about the famine, except he wrote that the famine didn't exist. And for this, he won a Pulitzer Prize, and he became a world-renowned journalist for his articles on the Soviet Union. So when dealing with the question of why doesn't the Western world know about the Ukrainian genocide Hololomor, it's exactly for this reason. The reason of fake news, of propaganda that went all the way from the Soviet Union right into the ears, eyes, and the minds of the entire Western world. And to combat this, there were journalists on the other side, journalists who risked their lives, their reputation, in order to expose the truth. They traveled to Ukraine. Among them were Malcolm Muggeridge, Gareth Jones, James Mace, and they worked firsthand, seeing what was happening, communicating with each other and trying to expose the truth, to tell the truth of what was actually happening. But the Western world had shut them out, despite the fact that politicians, that the social elite, many of them, knew what was happening. And so when we think about these facts and the lives, on the one side we had those who were saying that this didn't happen, and on the other side we had other people who were saying that this did happen. And in the middle we have the lives of Ukrainians, Ukrainian farmers who were actually living, dying daily, millions of them, who were trying to desperately fight for their lives to get the word out of what was actually happening, and the Western world, the whole world, wasn't listening. And it's not until years later that we find out that Walter Duranty was given the best of everything in Russia. He was paid. He was given the best housing, the best food, in order to tell this fake story. And that's why we don't know about it today. So today we have survivors who lived through this, whose families, whose relatives passed away, and who are carrying on the work of these journalists, these other journalists who are trying to tell their story, and several of them paid with their lives. And so I'm hoping with this play that I am able to give access to those who don't know anything about it, and to tell of the struggle of Ukraine and what it went through, and to finally unbury the truth of what happened and to make it known throughout the world.